a shadow falls over Albany. The Linda Sun case. The halls of power in Albany, New York are rarely strangers to controversy, but the arrest of Linda Sun, a former senior aide to Governors Kathy Hochul and Andrew Cuomo, sent shockwaves through the state capitol. Sun, once a trusted figure in New York's highest political circles, now faces federal charges of acting as an unregistered agent for the Chinese government. The accusations are stark bribery, money laundering, and a calculated effort to leverage her position for the benefit of a foreign power. Sun is accused of accepting lavish gifts, from cash payments to all expenses paid trips, all while allegedly working to advance China's agenda within the New York state government. The case has cast a long shadow over Albany, raising questions about foreign influence, compromised loyalties, and the potential vulnerability of American institutions to outside pressure. As the legal proceedings unfold, the nation watches, grappling with the implications of this unfolding drama. At the heart of the case against Linda Sun lies a string of alleged bribes, favors, and inducements that prosecutors say were designed to buy her influence and loyalty, showering her with gifts in exchange for her cooperation, cash payments, luxury travel, even deliveries of Nanjing-style salted ducks. These were calculated moves to compromise a government official. Among the most serious allegations is the claim that Sun worked to suppress discussions about the plight of the Uyghurs. The case raises troubling questions about the vulnerability of government officials to foreign influence. Inside the governor's office, Sun's position and purported influence. Linda Sun's position as a senior aide to 2 consecutive New York governors gave her access and influence that prosecutors now allege she abused. Her responsibilities, according to court documents, included managing the governor's schedule, coordinating events, and serving as a liaison with other government officials. This access, the government contends, was precisely what made Sun so valuable to Chinese officials. Prosecutors allege that Sun used her position to advance China's interests in a number of ways, including blocking Taiwanese representatives from meeting with the governor. Taiwan, a self-governing island that China claims as its own, has long been a flashpoint in U.S.-China relations. Sun's alleged actions, if proven, would suggest a deliberate attempt to undermine Taiwan's diplomatic efforts and bolster China's position on the world stage. Furthermore, Sun is accused of shaping the state's messaging on China to align with Beijing's priorities, raising concerns about the potential for foreign entities to manipulate official communications and influence public perception. Justice moves forward. The charges and legal proceedings. The Justice Department has brought a slew of serious charges against Linda Sun, including acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government, visa fraud, money laundering, and obstruction of justice. If convicted on all counts, she could face decades in prison. Following her arrest, Sun appeared in federal court, where she entered a plea of not guilty to all charges. Her legal team has vowed to vigorously fight the allegations, maintaining her innocence and characterizing the government's case as overreach. The prosecution's case hinges on a mountain of evidence, including wiretapped conversations, financial records, and witness testimony. The defense, meanwhile, is expected to challenge the credibility of this evidence and argue that Sun's actions were motivated by legitimate diplomatic interests, not a desire to harm the United States. The stakes are high. not only for Linda's son, but also for the broader conversation about foreign influence in American politics and the Justice Department's efforts to crack down on such activities. Section 5. A husband's alleged involvement. Chris Hu and the flow of funds. The case against Linda's son has ensnared her husband, Chris Hu, who is also facing charges related to the alleged bribery and money laundering scheme. Prosecutors allege that Hu, a Chinese citizen, acted as an intermediary between his wife and Chinese government officials, facilitating the flow of gifts and payments. The indictment paints a picture of Hu as a willing participant in the scheme, allegedly using illicit funds to support a lavish lifestyle that included luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and high-end real estate. Prosecutors claim that Hu used shell companies and overseas bank accounts to conceal the origin of the money, further implicating him in the alleged conspiracy. Like his wife, Hu has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His legal team maintains that he was unaware of any wrongdoing and that his financial dealings were legitimate business transactions. The prosecution's case against Hu hinges on their ability to prove that he knowingly participated in the alleged scheme and personally benefited from the illicit funds. Section 6. A new Cold War, the case's impact on U.S.-China relations. The case against Linda's son comes at a time of heightened tensions between the United States and China, as both countries engage in a strategic competition for global influence. The U.S. government has grown increasingly wary of China's efforts to exert influence within its borders, both through legitimate means and illicit activities. The Justice Department has made countering Chinese espionage and influence operations a top priority, and the charges against Sun are seen as part of a broader crackdown on such activities. The case serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing threat posed by foreign intelligence services seeking to exploit vulnerabilities within the U.S. government and other institutions. Sun's case also raises questions about the potential for foreign governments to influence U.S. policy at the state and local levels. As China's global reach expands, so too does its ability to target officials at all levels of government, potentially shaping decisions that impact U.S. interests. This case underscores the need for vigilance and robust counterintelligence measures to protect against foreign interference. Section 7. Official responses, from Albany to Beijing, denial and defiance. Allegations against Linda's son have fueled tensions between the U.S. and China. Governor Ho Chul's office reported potential misconduct by Sun in 2023. China denies involvement, accusing the U.S. of a smear campaign. The Chinese embassy condemned the U.S. for Cold War mentality, escalating tensions. Section 8. The investigation continues, unraveling the full scope of the allegations. The investigation into Linda's son's alleged activities is far from over. The Justice Department is continuing to gather evidence, interview witnesses, and follow the money trail in an effort to unravel the full scope of the alleged conspiracy. It is possible that additional charges may be filed against Sun, her husband, or others who may have been involved in the scheme. The outcome of Sun's trial will have significant implications, not only for her future, but also for U.S.-China relations. A conviction would likely further strain ties between the two countries and embolden the Justice Department to pursue similar cases against individuals suspected of working on behalf of foreign governments. The case also serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of safeguarding against foreign influence operations. The U.S. government and private sector entities must remain vigilant in identifying and mitigating potential threats, including those posed by individuals in positions of trust.